Hello my beautiful and lovely gamers, my name is Jonal and still sorry for my voice, I'm still a little bit sick, but today we're doing something a little bit different. We're doing actually a game review. I want to try to implement a little bit more than just, my Overwatch videos, and therefore I would love to get some feedback on this review. What do you guys think? So today we're actually going to review Warface Battle, their Battle Royale mode, not the entire game, only their Battle Royale mode. Which I played a lot during the exam because it's so fast-paced, so different. So when I had my exams and didn't have a lot of time to gaming, it was real nice to have this game that I could just take. I could play a couple of rounds, and it was nice. Of course, as always, guys, I'm not sponsored by these guys to say anything about it. This is more my personal review. As always, I'm not big enough to get sponsored by jack shit. So let's just jump right into this. Now, this is a 16 free-for-all Battle Royale style compared to someone like PUBG, Fortnite, which normally hits around 100 every time, and it's very, very fast-paced compared. Like, a match lasts anywhere between 2 to 5 minutes. The games have a lot of action, and, the 5 minutes, it's normally when you manage to win or get second place, right? Now, when we talk about the graphics, they look good, there's nothing special, it's decent, what we expect from games nowadays. But really good actually for a free-to-play game. It's developed by the people that were behind Crisis, and that's franchise. That's, you can kind of see to some of the art style that is a little bit similar. But, it looks pretty decent, but it runs very smoothly on really any computer. I can run it on, some of my really bad laptops. So this is the kind of game that you can also bring with you on holidays as long as you have Wi-Fi. Now the audio is, it's decent, and it's very important with good audio, as in a Battle Royale mode, but sometimes it is impossible, and I mean literally impossible to hear a silencer. And more than usually than it's supposed to be, right? Silencer is supposed to be silent. I know that's, kind of facepalm, but it's way more than what it would be in something like a PUBG or Battlefield 4 or in Call of Duty. It's almost impossible something to hear. Sometimes you just kind of get hit, and then you need to react to the hit marker. But you can hear footsteps, and that's, very important. There's a small minimap where if someone shoots and does something, it will glow up. And that could be very useful, but it's a bit strange for Battle Royale mode. Personally, I don't like it. That's my personal opinion. I'm just bringing that out there, that there are this kind of minimap as well. That kind of, even though they're shooting with, a firearm, you can hear them, but you can also just track them with the minimap. Now, let's talk about the gameplay. This is where I think it is really actually good, and what I find is so good. As I said, it's very fast-paced. That's, because it's so small, it's a small map, there's not many people, so it needs to be fast-paced. Now, what I love about the game is how weapons work, and essentially, you find a weapon in a crate, and the crates are around the map. The crates spawn on the same spot every time. However, they can have different weapons, they can have absolutely no weapons in them, right? So, essentially kind of like PUBG, right? But the cool thing is that each time you find a gun, it's only loaded with one mag, and you cannot find any other mags. There are no frags, there are no gear in this game, there's only firearms, and this includes that there's no ammo that you can find. The only way you can find more ammo is if you find a duplicate of your weapon, and then you can pick that up. So maybe you killed someone, they have the exact gun as you, or in a crate you find another gun and you pick that up. Then you have more ammo, and then of course that's great, but that happens, I would say, not too rare, but it's pretty rare that I run around with more than one magazine per gun. And this is actually what I love about the game. It's super intense, the fact that you get one kill, and then you have to pick up the guy's weapon, and you're just hoping that he didn't burn too much ammo. On top of that, you don't have to burn too much ammo. And the pressure about that, the small meta game about like, okay, should I get this kill so it doesn't fuck me over later in the game? And I can do that right now, I have him in the crosshair, but is this engagement range too far for me? Maybe I want to get a little bit closer. And all that kind of stuff about the fact that you need to be very ammo preserving. And the fact that, managing to like run around with like 6 bullets, there's only a couple of you left. It's super intense, and actually, I find that to be some of the most addicting part of this game. The fact, how the weapons work. They need to kill someone, then you need to pick up another gun. And you can't just need to make do with what you get. And winning around with absolutely no bullets, shit weapons, huge disadvantage. Managing to win the rounds is super, super satisfying. Now, this style of gameplay also makes handguns really important, which you don't see that much in stuff like PUBG, right? Where handguns aren't really that important, late game. Since you normally play, with one mag, having this backup is super valuable, right? Because even if you run out of ammo on your primary, being allowed to carry maybe 14 rounds in backup on a pistol makes everything so much better. Now, of course, there are airdrops like in the other game, and you know, airdrops are dropped quite frequently here. It's small maps, so you know there's a lot of them. If you have the guts to go for them, you can. If you don't, it doesn't give you that big of a super big advantage. Not like the AVM in PUBG or something like that. But you know, you can get a pretty nice advantage if you manage to go for it and doesn't die. But these drop very, very frequently. You know, it's just, again, it's a short map, so there's a lot of drops being dropped. And I like to, you know, go for them end game. That's my personal, you know, after I have maybe it's starting to narrow down to people, that's when I normally go for those airdrops. But of course, they're also getting cancelled, a little bit of a risk. Standard Battle Royale game style. Now, if you don't get a gun, you do spawn with a knife, which works, you know, well. If you manage to, if you sneak enough, you know, it can be fun. You can always manage to kill someone if you manage to get up behind them with the knife. But normally, as always, if they have a gun and you have a knife, you normally lose because they can kind of just keep you on distance and just gun you down, as it's supposed to be. Now, when it comes to taking damage, you can't heal yourself. That's, you know, something. There's no healing items because it's too fast-paced, I think, to have that style of game. But you do have shield, and that regains over time, which is, you know, a nice addition. Essentially, that's your healing. You sometimes you have to wait to get it up. I like the fact that there are not any items except firearms in this game, but that's my personal opinion, of course. Now, what the overall this game is good. The movement is a little bit clunky, it's a little bit slow. There is a slide function, but there's also a limited sprint function. You have kind of like the stamina bar, which I find quite irritating. But overall, it's good. It's a very nice to just like do a match very quickly. It's fast paced. There's a lot of action. You know, you can get a couple of matches in, and it's pretty chill. You know, it's intense. There's some action in it, so you kind of get that FPS rush, and then you can go back to do whatever you want. Now, I'm not going to rate this since there's only one aspect of a very big game, and I haven't really tried that, so it won't be fair if I just rate it. But I will say definitely go and try it out if you like any Battle Royale games, if you're a fan of Battle Royale games. It's free to play, so you don't really lose anything. You just have to play like one tutorial or one like forced like game mission, and then you're level 2, and then you can instantly go on to Battle Royale. So I just say, I really say, you know, go and try this out if you like, you know, Battle Royale and that style of game. And if you don't, then, you know, you can anyway go and try it out because it is free to play. If not, then I hope you guys like this review. If you did, press like and dislike. If you didn't, subscribe if you like what I do on this channel. And please drop down your opinion what you think about this review. Are there any other games you want me to review? How is that looking for you? As always, guys, stay positive. My name has been Jonal. Keep the enemy in your crosshair.